Thinking about the last drive with me I filmed, my camera flew off the dash and the entire screen broke off, so. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lily and welcome to an infamous drive with me. I haven't filmed one of these in a little bit, but I know how much you guys really like them. I always like filming them because they're very therapeutic for me. I have a bit of a ways to go today. I'm driving to meet my dad at work because we have to then drop off this car and get it all looked at while we're away. So that's kind of what we're doing here. I posted one little thing on my YouTube, like a little post thing, and then I also posted on my Instagram story just like asking people to ask me specific questions because I've been having requests to kind of do like not necessarily like a formal Q&A, but like people have been asking me, I guess, to like answer some more personal questions, and I don't know, people want to get to know me, and I'm here for that. So I kind of opened the floor to that. So we'll be talking about some of those points today. First, I want to address kind of where I've been. Don't really have any excuse other than the fact that I just planned very poorly. Me and my sister had a combined grad party. She graduated high school, I graduated from Bryant, and we had a bunch of family come over, but we had a bunch of family come and stay with us from out of state, and I was uprooted, I wasn't in my room, and basically like we had like a whole string of like parties, and then I had my party, and I had friends visiting me and family visiting me, and it was great. It was so much fun, and obviously the last thing I wanted to do was focus on working, but I just planned poorly. Like I really should have pre-filmed more content. I had a few videos pre-filmed that I planned to upload, but no excuse, I just like fumbled and didn't, so yeah, I just basically flopped. However, as much as consistency is super important with YouTube channels and whatnot, I am a firm believer in only wanting to put out content that I am proud of. So I wasn't really like vibing with my like morale and also like the environment and everything that I was filming in, and like kind of like the topics that I was talking about and everything. Like I just wasn't really like proud of the videos, so I didn't really feel the need to like upload them just to upload something. So I just kind of took a little mini hiatus, but I'm back. So a common question that people have been, I guess, asking me is kind of like how I'm adjusting to post-grad. I'm not really, I mean, I would say it's kind of hard to answer because it's literally been a month. It's been a little bit over a month now. And I know obviously it's not gonna be like an instant like reaction, like this is how I'm feeling, whatever. But I guess overall, like my thoughts is I feel like if I were going into a traditional job, I feel like I mentally would probably be doing a lot better because I would be very busy and focused on that. I'm definitely the type of person that when I'm not busy, like, and I have downtime, my mind starts to spiral a little bit. I feel like I've definitely been really like cooped up in my own head, especially kind of literally, no exaggeration, being a stay-at-home daughter. I kind of feel like I've just been comparing myself to a lot of people who also recently graduated. It's hard to like watch a lot of my friends like all be in Boston together or any other major city together, and I kind of feel like I'm like stuck. I feel like I'm kind of like stuck in Connecticut for the time being. I don't really have many friends here, really any friends here, and it's just really hard with work, like for my other friends to like coordinate our schedules and everything. So I don't know, it's definitely just like an adjustment, and I know that everyone adjusts differently, so yeah. It also kind of hasn't really hit me, like it kind of just feels like it's summer, and I know that that's kind of gonna be the case for me until like August comes around and everyone shimmies on down to Bryant and I'm not. I would say something that I've definitely been missing the most out of, I guess, like everything now that I'm post-grad is dance. I feel like it's been like really, really weird not having like anything dance related, I guess, tied to me. Like over the summer or like any school breaks while I was home or something, like I always had like dance as a responsibility, like filming check-ins or just like a position on the dance team, whether I was like social media or captain or something like that to like keep me busy. And I just like don't even have that, and I don't even have like the excitement of like talking to like my teammates and stuff like that, and I feel like it's just been kind of lonely, and I'm trying to figure out like how I can continue to dance now that I'm just kind of washed up. I did accept a job though at my high school with my theater camp that I've been doing theater camp since I was a camper. I think I started this theater camp when I was in 6th grade going into 7th grade maybe. Ava did it with me our first year and she was like in the youngest group, but I did it as a camper for a million years, and then once I was too old to be a camper, I was just like a regular volunteer counselor. And then last year I was the choreographer and I loved that, and so this year they took me on again to choreograph, which is super exciting, and I feel like I get kind of like my fix of dance and performing from that. So that'll be really great, and that's through the month of July, so that'll be coming up and that will at least like fill my time a little bit. But yeah, I feel like June was very, very slow and kind of like up until the grad party when I had family come in and everything, but like before that it was just kind of like people wanted me to like elaborate on the fact that I keep saying I have no friends and like why. I guess I don't really want to okay, long story short, no drama, no bullshit, but basically I've kind of talked about this a little bit. I think it was in my June reset I talked about this a little bit, but if you're new and this may be like one of your first videos you're seeing of me, you don't know much about like my high school backstory or whatnot, I actually don't talk to anyone from my high school anymore. I used to talk to like a handful of people still a little bit, and now like I really don't talk to many people actually like at all. And I very much had a victim mindset about it, that like I was excluded and like ousted, but I am like very self-aware that like friendships and everything are a two-way street and they're two-sided, and I just think that in terms of like my high school relationships and like now like I guess like what I would classify as like my home friends, and again like there's no drama, like literally it's just like the reality of now like I'm back in my hometown and like legit have no one to talk to because I don't talk to anyone that I was friends with in high school anymore. I actually like I'm so far removed from like people from high school that like I don't even know like who is here. Like I don't know who like came back home after graduation or like who like left. I like literally have no idea. But besides the point, like basically that whole experience taught me that like with friendships, like they are two-sided, and I feel like that was something that like I took very much into consideration when it came to making friendships in college. So rather than like trying to be friends with everyone and like having a bunch of like really like surface level friendships that like in reality like the friends really wouldn't do much for me, like I really started to like dwindle down and make like meaningful connections with people. I'm actually triggered at how many times I've just said like, and I will continue to keep saying like, holy shit. I'm slugging right now, don't mind me. That I knew like had my back and like would be my ride or dies, because also like I've been doing a lot of self-discovery and a lot of like kind of like focusing on stuff that I value in myself and stuff that I guess like makes me me, that's been super consistent about me throughout my entire life. And like I guess like I'm like going on a tangent here, but I saw a TikTok basically that was like the loaded question of like, how would you introduce yourself to someone without like talking about like where you're from, like what your occupation is, like I don't know, just like a bunch of like surface things like that, like kind of like how would you describe yourself to someone like based off of like your traits that like don't change, like that have been with you like your entire life, and like stuff that I feel like really like stays consistent with me, that like I feel like really make me who I am, is like I'm a very loyal person down to my core. That is something that I have always valued. I'm very loyal to myself, I'm loyal to my friends, and I also value loyalty a lot. And that's something that if you aren't willing to give me, like I am instantly just like not interested. I don't know, I can't really get behind it because I don't really know, like I just take it so personally, like, and I think that also comes a lot with self-respect. I've always been someone, well, not always, I've definitely had my moments, but I like to think I have a lot of self-respect, or I also like to think that I like respect myself as well as others. And I definitely, like I said, I've had my moments and I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. I've slipped up and I've definitely learned a lot about myself as I've grown up, but I think the loyalty and like my obsession with loyalty and like desire for loyalty definitely also is stemmed from like is also like connected to my self-respect and my respect for others. So I guess when looking at like friendships and like the people I surround myself with, I'm not going to surround myself with fake people. Like I'm not going to be friends with someone that is only going to be friends with me when it's convenient for them, and like is only going to make time for me when like they don't have time for, when their boyfriend doesn't have time for them, or like when their boyfriend's no longer in the picture. Like I don't work like that. That's not really, and I'm not saying I need to be number one on your list. I'm just saying like I deserve the same like loyalty and respect that I'm giving you. I feel like I put a lot into my relationships, not communication wise. I'm like long distancely, I've definitely struggled, and that's what I'm slowly now trying to work on now that I'm separated. But definitely like in person, like I feel like at least I think I do, and if my friends are watching this and they disagree, sorry, but I feel like I put a lot into my friendships. Like I like to think that I'm there for people. I like to think that I'm a supportive friend, and I really do try to be there for others in hopes that they'll do the same for me. And when you have that sad reality that a lot of people won't do the same for you, it's just very humbling. Like I feel like that like kind of scarred me, and it makes me honestly a little bit scared for like the future, in terms of like now I'm going down to like Disney for DCP, and I don't know anyone doing DCP for actually like I have no idea anyone who's doing it at all. So I obviously need to make all new friends down in Florida, and it's just kind of like scary to me, like to know that like there's so many fake people out there that like will only be friends with you like out of convenience and out of like benefit for themselves. Like they don't really actually give a flying fuck about me or anyone else. They kind of only care about themselves. And people are, I also like fully recognize that people are selfish for whatever reason. Like people, sometimes people are hurt, so hurt people. Sometimes people honestly like have never really been humbled by a friend, so like they don't understand like that their actions like are hurtful, like they just don't get it. Or honestly, some people like aren't really seeking like the same, I guess, like level of close friends that like I am. Like I just like very like intense for literally no reason. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of went on a tangent and like jumped topics, but that's kind of been something I've been pondering on. But yeah, I'd rather have two like really good friends that would literally pay my bail if I got arrested, or like drop everything and come help me if I was like whatever, or like would not drop everything if we got into a fight, like would be willing to like fight back with me and like save the friendship, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather have like a small little handful, even if it was like literally one like really good friendship like that, than to just like surround myself with like people who like maybe on a good day would help me out. Like, I don't know, that's just me though. And I feel like my mindset definitely shifted as I grew up. Like, I definitely was built the other way, that like I loved having just like such a big circle of like so many people, that I was like, well, if this person won't help me, I can always call this person and this person and this person. I have so many options. But now, like, fuck that. I don't want options. I want my reliable people. I also feel like it's very trippy being like in my hometown now, like as an older person, I guess. Like, I feel like I always thought of my hometown as like so like, not whimsical, that's like totally not the word I would use, but like I always thought of it as like not the best place ever, but like I loved it so much because like it was me, it was where my roots were, like whatever. But like now that I'm older and like I'm fully an independent 22-year-old who actually has nothing to do, I'm realizing like actually how dirt boring my town is. Like, it's actually like a dirt road town. Like, there's legit nothing here, and there's like kind of stuff in the surrounding towns, but it's like a ways away and it's not really convenient to go to, and it's not like, I don't know, it's not very easy to like socialize around here, if you catch my drift. Like, there's no like, I mean, not that I would go by myself because that seems like very aggressive, but like there's no like nightlife around here. Like, there's no bars that I'm going out to, there's none of that. And like, it's very weird coming from a college scene where like in college, like I was going out every single weekend and it wasn't like out of pocket. Like, I like was very involved in like, I guess like nightlife is what you would call it, I don't know. Like, I was going to bars, I was like drinking at like my friends' houses, like socializing, like whatnot. Like, I wasn't just like a stay at home, like watch TV, like do nothing like I am now. Like, I was a very like social, going out type of person, and I feel like obviously that type of vibe is very much captured like in the city still, especially for like a younger person. But like for me right now, like absolutely not. In like the suburbs of Connecticut, not even the suburbs, like I would not even consider where I live like the suburbs. Like, I would consider where I live like rural Connecticut. Like, I live on a dirt road with nothing. So I feel like that's also been hard. Like, I feel like I've actually just been like cooped up in my house. Like right now, for example, it's Friday, and like, what is my Friday plan? Driving to meet my dad at work and have him drop off my car, which I guess is like a task, not necessarily like a plan that like whatever. But like, it's the fact that like I voluntarily was like, yeah, I'll just do it Friday. Like there's no, like, I didn't have like, oh, like I could have plans Friday, so maybe let's do it Thursday. No, obviously I wouldn't have no plans Friday because there's nothing to do. I feel like I'm just bored. Like, I have nothing to do. No life. And like, speaking of bored and nothing to do, like I'm also like, which I feel like if you follow me on TikTok, like I'm very open about this, and I don't care if that makes me look like I'm very single. And I feel like that's also part of the reason why like I'm also like cooped up in my house. Like, what? Because it's like, well, I also kind of feel like in the lowest of keys, I probably wouldn't want to like meet anyone around here and start anything or whatever. Not that I think I would, because literally who? There's literally no one to even like meet, and there's nowhere to even go to meet people. And like, I'm petrified of dating apps. I don't know, I'm like terrified of dating apps. I don't know, like, sorry if that's out of pocket to say, but I just feel like every single person, like, maybe that's aggressive, but I feel like most people from Connecticut on apps are just like weird. Like, I don't know, or at least they're not my type. I don't know. Overall though, like, literally can't complain, because like, what is there to complain about? Life is good. Like, I have a roof over my head, I'm not in any danger, I'm healthy, you know, it's just like, I guess the one thing I have to complain about is like, I'm bored and lonely. So I just gotta get creative and like actually start to enjoy my time. I talked about this a little bit in my July reset, kind of like what my mindset and like focus for the month of July is. I really want to like channel like living in the moment. I feel like I like do a lot of like dwelling on the past and shit like that, whereas like in reality, like, yeah, like it's okay to like dwell on the past and like the glory days and whatnot, but like okay, we're done with that. Like, now it's the now, and like I'm not ever really gonna live for myself if I'm constantly dwelling on the past or constantly worrying or looking to the future, you know? Like, you only really get one life, and you never really know what your last day is, you never really know like what your last moments are. Like, sorry, that's morbid, but like, it's true. Like, I need to actually start like taking in each day and living it like an individual day in the now, in the moment, in the present, and like make the most of it, like romanticize the day, you know? And I also, like, it's okay to have bad days, it's okay to be bored, it's okay to like not be having a good day, it's okay to be in a bad mood and all that jazz. And I think that like that's just something that I need to shock my mind out of. Like, I don't even know what any of the other talking points are. I'm driving and I don't want to pull out my phone because I'm like nervous on the highway and there's probably cops. So I think I might end this little drive with me here. I was kind of popping off